tumaas ang bilang ng mga nasawi dahil sa 2019 novel coronavirus.
Bureau of Customs nakaalerto rin laban sa 2019 novel coronavirus.
Good day and welcome to Pros and Cons, where we ask the hard questions and you decide which side of the truth you would choose to believe.
The 2019 novel coronavirus respiratory infection has spread throughout the world, infecting thousands and killing hundreds more. 3 cases have been reported in the Philippines amid efforts from all fronts to stop its spread. As the government steps up in containing the disease, it now falls upon the public to do its part and prevent further complications that may be caused by the coronavirus. Today, in Pros and Cons, we raise the question, what can be done to stop the spread of the novel coronavirus? How can we contribute to efforts to contain the disease? Is the Philippines ready to take part in global efforts to stop outbreaks like the coronavirus?
I'm Undersecretary Joel Sy Egco, your moderator for the day. We've all heard the news about the continuing spread of the novel coronavirus. And with all this hysteria going around about this disease, it's time for us to take a step back and see how far we've gone to protect the country from these kinds of outbreaks. And to help us find the answers to so many questions, kasama po natin sa ating programa ngayon mula sa aking pungkanan, si Dr. Jubert Benedicto. Siya po ay pulmonologist, no, sa Philippine College of Chest Physician. So, Dr. Jubert, kumusta po kayo ngayon?
Good day, Usec.
Feeling all right?
Definitely. Salamat po sa invitation.
So, I understand you're also a member of the PMA?
Yes, Philippine College of Chest Physicians is under the Philippine Medical Association.
I see. And kumusta naman po yung mga doctors natin?
Well, nandun sa frontline because of this news, and definitely at the forefront usually are healthcare workers, especially at the emergency room or at the triage area.
All right. Kasama naman po natin sa gobyerno ito, sa Bureau of Immigration. Walang iba po kundi ang spokesperson ng Bureau, si Miss Dana Sandoval.
Good day,
Yeah,
Usec,
good day,
and
Dana.
to our televiewers.
Yeah, welcome to the show. And kumusta ang preparation ng Bureau ngayon dito?
We're very busy. I can say that we're very busy in implementing the recent directive of the President.
All right. Yung mga ganitong mga travel, should we call them travel bans or
yes.
advisors, whatever, sa inyo nang gagaling?
No,
or
it's
from the DOH?
It's from the President po, but upon the recommendation of the Department of Health.
Okay, so from the DOH and then si Presidente,
Yes.
then you have to
We are the implementors.
All right. Mamaya, tatanungin. Maraming nagtatanong dyan, kahit mga kapitbahay ko nagtatanong. So, to my left po, kasama po natin from the Chinese media group who are based in the Philippines, no? I'll start with Miss Sisi Wang. Sisi, how are you?
Mabuti, maayos. Actually, magandang araw po. Ito si Sisi from China Media Group. And ito po ang colleague ko, Ernest Wang.
Yes, and of course, Ernest.
Hi, kumusta?
Welcome to the show. Long time no see.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here to join this too and to share our experience, our feelings to our Filipino friends, what happened now in China and what happened here in the Philippines. And also we know the virus is concerned by all around the world. It's because we are media person, and so we know there's a lot of misunderstanding or fake news. That's what we want to discuss or share with our friends here.
All right, so we're going to talk about a lot of things, no?
Yes.
About, as you said, fake news, the hysteria that's going on around. When we return, we'll begin our discussion on the coronavirus. So, pros and cons, we'll be right back.
Protektahan ng sarili laban sa 2019 novel coronavirus. Ang novel coronavirus ay panibagong strain o uri ng coronavirus na nagdudulot ng ubo, sipon at maaari din ang marubhang sakit. Narito ang mga dapat gawin upang maiwasan ito. Ugaliing maghugas ng kamay. Palagi ang maglagay ng alcohol at hand sanitizer. Takpan ng panyo o tissue ang bibig at ilong kung uubo o babahing. Palakasin ang inyong resistensya. Siguraduhin na lutong mabuti ang pagkain kakainin at ihahain. Iwasan ang pagpunta sa matataong lugar. Magsuot ng face mask kung kinakailangan at kung lalabas lamang ng tahanan. Kung nakararamdam naman ng mga sintomas gaya ng lagnat, ubot-sipon, hirap at pag-iksi ng hininga, ay makipag-ugnayan agad sa pinakamalapit na health facility sa inyong lugar. Kami sa Kagawaran ng Kalusugan ay kasama ninyo sa pagsugpo sa suliraning ito. Tuloy ang serbisyo at ating pagtutulungan para sa bayan.
We're back on pros and cons, and today we're talking about the spread of the 2019 novel coronavirus and how we are faring in efforts to stop it. So, wag na po natin patagalin. Unang tanong po kay Doc, I'm sure ito tanong ng mga kababayan natin. Ano ba itong novel coronavirus, Doc? Kasi as I understand it, marami na, old na yung coronavirus.
Correct.
In fact, there are parang mga insecticide or ano ba yan, may nakalagay,
Anti-coronavirus.
Anti-coronavirus. So, sabi nila, oh, ito pala gamot dito. Is it true? Or is this a new, parang
Strain.
new strain ng coronavirus?
Well, it's new. That's why it's
Yeah,
novel.
that's why it's novel.
So that means kapamilya po siya nung dating SARS and then MERS-CoV. It's a type of coronavirus. So type siya, nandun siya sa big lump ng mga influenza viruses. That's why ang concept po madalas is that, you know, it might just be influenza. They have the same symptoms, nandun yung fever, napaka-prominent ng respiratory symptoms, especially the cough. Some would complain ng colds. And then because of these things, alam natin pong may pagkakatulad siya sa ibang virus. Ngayon, bakit siya sinabing novel? No? Novel, which means new, tapos 2019 lang siya na-discover. Essentially because pag i-gene sequence po siya and everything, dun makikitang it's a different kind of virus compared to what we have experienced and everything. There are just some clues to tell us that nung SARS po kasi, they have found out that it came from civet cats and then yung sa MERS-CoV camels. So they're questioning if it came from bats or in some latest ngayon baka daw sa snakes galing. No? So that just means nanggaling po dun sa hayop yung virus tapos biglang nag-transfer po sa humans. No? What we know is that it is basically spread via droplet infection. So kaya po it's true na it's by coughing and sneezing that you will, you know, infect others if you have the virus. That's why, as you probably know, DOH has been really insistent that the best way to handle this is for you to possibly, you know, don't go to school or don't go to work if you have these symptoms. Just like an ordinary
flu, di ba?
Opo, ganun din. Or that if you are symptomatic, yun nga po raw, magmamask. No? So, nandun pa rin po siya. Cough etiquette, personal hygiene. Pag umuubo ka, cover your mouth. And then, kung may plema ka, don't spit anywhere. Wala sa tissue bago itapon sa basura. Pagka-cough, mas gusto pa namin yung sa sleeve rather than sa hands kasi it might spread. And then, frequent hand hygiene. It cannot be overemphasized.
So, gano'n po ka-infectious ito? Gano'n ka-contagious? Gano'n ka-deadly?
Kasi droplet infection po siya. So, usually when we say droplet, when let's say an infected person cough or sneezes, around 2 to 6 feet po talaga yung kaya niyang ma-spread. No? Dahil because it's a droplet. And therefore, that had implications on the contact tracing. Kaya dahil po because of that radius. Gano'n po siya ka-infected? Because it's novel, if we're going to compare it sa flu, we know a lot as far as the flu. You know, the ordinary influenza, we know a lot about those things. Yes, it claimed a lot more lives even during kung pandemic siya, epidemic. They're comparing it dun sa US daw, nung nag-epidemic or pandemic, claim around 20%. What's probably strike fear for this novel coronavirus is we know not that much. And because of that, we don't know so much. Unlike influenza, there's still a lot of elbow room in terms of learning. So, as you can see, the advisories tend to change as we know it, as we know the
Dahil doon lang natututo, no?
po.
Nakikilala
Habang
yung...
natututo na natin, nakakapagbigay tayo ng tamang
Then we
payo
adjust.
and everything. No? Doon sa dating flu, sa ordinary flu, may vaccine tayo. Dito wala pa ho. Wala pa tayong vaccine.
Kaya delikado pa siya, no?
In a way, yes.
Am I right if I correct me if I'm wrong? Ito yung mga isa sa natawag na special pathogens, no? May mga ganon?
Yeah, ang tamang label po sa para siyang emerging pathogen.
Emerging pathogen. So bago kasi siya, kaya
yes.
Alam mo naman, kahit lahat ng bago talagang nakakatakot. Di ba? Pero anyway, let's go to prevention. No, Dana, just recently, merong in-announce, no, ating Pangulo na parang travel ban. So, could you update us on the travel bans, ano yung mga countries na ano, at yung mga tao kasi natatakot na mawawalan daw sila ng trabaho, no? Kahit pabalik doon, no?
It started kasi with the travel ban just for Hubei province. I think that was directed on last Friday. And then it expanded nitong linggo to include the entire China and its special administrative regions, which is Hong Kong and Macau. So according to the directive from the president, all foreign nationals who are coming from these places will temporarily not be allowed to enter so as not to spread this virus. So, ang pwede lang po nating papasukin sa ngayon are Filipino citizens and the permanent residents who are coming here. So, kung permanente na silang nakatira dito and they are living here already and they have the proper visas, they will be allowed to enter. But for any other visa category, even the transiting po, for example, those who will be coming
yung
from...
pupunta lang, yung dadaan lang ng Pilipinas.
Yes, or yung dadaan lang po ng Hong Kong, for example, just to refuel or to change planes, they will still not be allowed to enter the Philippines.
I see. So, very strict tayo doon. At least yung mga taga dito, pwede may quarantine dito, pwedeng gamutin dito. No? So, what about yung nandito na?
Para naman po sa mga Filipino na lalabas ng bansa who are going to China, Hong Kong, and Macau, lahat po ng visa classes going out of the country to those countries po, hindi po muna pinapayagan.
So, talagang, ang fear ng iba is that they might lose their jobs there. No? So, paano kaya yon?
Which is very understandable. Of course, yun yung kinabubuhay nila, lalo na po yung mga OFWs natin.
Kasi naman magkalat ng sakit.
Yes, but we always say po that this problem is bigger than us already. It's bigger than this country. It's a worldwide issue already. So we are doing what the government is doing po. Meron tayong mga sacrifices for everyone's protection. And I'm sure po DOLE and POEA would be...
We'll do something about
yes,
it.
we'll gladly assist po.
No?
Yes, our OFWs.
Yes, para ma-cushion, well, in a way, yung impact doon sa jobs naman nila.
Yes,
all right, thank you for that update. I'll get back to you later. But where I'd like to get well, yung sentimento from the Chinese community in the Philippines, no? Or yung talagang nagtutur dito yung mga pumapasok. So, have the two of you felt being bullied or alam mo, how do you feel about all these things?
Siguro bilang isang Chinese, nagtrabaho at namumuhay dito sa Philippines, we always feel thankful for the help and all kinds of caring for our Chinese. But this travel ban is really all of a sudden. So although me and maybe other who are already here in Philippines not feel so much influenced, but I know that all of maybe a lot of Chinese tourists, they were stopped suddenly at the airport, could not come in and even could not go out because of the cancellation of the air flights. And for my personal feeling, there may be some kind of not very good feelings and some, I can feel some could be see discrimination around me, but not so obvious. Basically, I still believe that all Filipinos are really, really hospitable and a very friendly nation.
Yeah. So, how about you, Ernest? How do you handle that? Have you felt discriminated anytime, well, in the recent past?
Well, the Filipino friend around me is also very nice to me, but I really saw some bad news on Facebook. Some fake news, for example, he said, "Well, this disease is because the Chinese." So I think I feel discrimination, but for others I feel also until now I feel okay. But the uncomfortable thing is the travel ban, because not because of travel ban, because this travel ban initially is just for the Hubei province, just some province near the Hubei province. But just 2 days after this travel ban is for whole entire China. So some of our friends cannot prepare very well for this travel ban, because they cannot imagine just 2 days after they cannot come into the Philippines. And even some of my friends already here in the Philippines, they don't know if they come back to China. So initially it's called some medyo magulo. Pero until now, because I know everything.
Because ano nga siya, yung tawag dito, biglaan eh. As Doc Benedicto said, as we go along, biglang nagbabago yung mga updates and advisories. Halimbawa, uy, galing pala dun yan. Teka, di ba?
And the situation is very fluid.
Yes, it's very fluid. So we all have to understand that. Okay, I'll get back to you, to your experiences. You mentioned about social media. Grabe ang virus ng fake news on social media about the coronavirus. But let's pause for a break muna. When we return, we'll also check out what social media has to say about today's topic. So stay tuned, and pros and cons. We'll be right back.
Ika-4 ng Pebrero, nagsagawa ng cabinet meeting si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte na dinaluhan ng kanyang mga gabinete. Bungad na issue ang pagtugon ngayon ng gobyerno sa problema ng 2019 novel coronavirus o nCoV. Humarap sa pagpupulong si Health Secretary Francisco Duque III at siniguro niya na nakalatag na ang lahat ng safety measures para mapigilan ang pagkalat ng virus sa bansa, katuwang ang iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan. Labis naman ang pag-aalala ni Pangulong Duterte sa kalagayan ng kanyang mga kababayan na manggagaling sa China. Kaya ipinunto ni Secretary Duque na inihahanda na nila Clark City para gawing quarantine area ng mga magbabalikang OFWs. Inaasahang lalapag ang unang batch ng repatriated Filipino sa Clark Airport at sa Sabado yan, Inutusan ni Pangulong Duterte ang kalihim na personal na harapin ang mga uuwing OFWs para agad matugunan ang kanilang mga pangangailangan. Nagbabala rin ang Pangulo sa mga pasaway na barangay captains na maharap sila sa kaso kung hindi susunod sa utos ng gobyerno. Nagpaalala rin siya sa publiko na sumunod sa protocols para malabanan ng virus. Dahil dyan, inutusan niya ang Presidential Communications Operations Office o PCOO na magbabad sa pagbibigay ng tamang impormasyon sa publiko. Kasunod ng temporary travel ban ay pinatutupad ngayon ng Bureau of Immigration. Ang DepEd naman, pinaalalahan na mga estudyante na iwasan muna ang mga matataong lugar at nag-utos na rin sila na ihinto muna ang field trips para iwas aberya. Para sa latest updates, bisitahin lamang ninyo ang Laging Handa Facebook page, pati na rin ang PCOO, RTVM, PNA, PIA, RP1, IBC at DOH. Alamin at makialam, huwag magpapabiktima sa fake news. Ito po si Benji Durango nagpapaalala na sa anumang oras at pangyayari, dapat laging handa.
You're still watching Pros and Cons. Let's now look at what netizens are saying about the 2019 nCoV outbreaks. Ladies and gentlemen, before we started the show, meron po tayong poll question sa PNA website. At ang tanong natin para sa ating mga kababayan, sa palagay ninyo, epektibo ba ang mga isinasagawang hakbang ng Pilipinas para mapigilan ang pagkalat ng sakit na novel coronavirus? Or in English, do you think that the Philippines had effectively implemented measures to prevent the spread of the novel coronavirus? So the poll results ay ito. So 81% voted oo, yes, and 19% hindi. So I'm going to read a couple of comments from our followers. Unahin ko na itong kay Sean. Sean Yoder. Yauder? Oh, sabi ni Sean, DOH provides a press briefing from time to time to provide an update if there's a new case. Infographics about ways on how to prevent nCoV, which is very informative, was disseminated across various internet platforms as well during these past few days. Effective naman siya kahit papano. Pero kung nagpatupad lang sana tayo ng travel ban mula nung magsara ang mga naglalakihang bansa, baka sana wala tayong case. Masaklap lang kasi 3 Chinese nationals na galing sa China ang naunang naging kaso dito sa loob ng bansa. May mga balita pa na until right now may mga dumadaong or pumapasok pang barko mula sa China. Mamaya babalikan natin yung travel ban. But I'm going to read another comment from Rolly Balaguer Tuazon. Pinopolitika lang ng mga dilawan at anti-Duterte ang issue sa virus na yan para siraan ng Pangulo gamit ang bayarang media sa Pinas para takutin ang taong bayan at magalit sa Pangulo. Yun. So, yun na. Going back to before we paused for a break, no? We were talking about your experiences, no? About the bullying, whether or not you have experienced some kind of discrimination in the past, no? So, ito na nga daw, may gumagamit. So, a lot of people are saying also that critics, no? Or whoever, they were able to weaponize the issue against the government, no? So pinalaki. Do you believe that? I mean, do you think that there's actually a deliberate effort from these sectors, no, to humiliate the government? Are you happy with the preparations being set in place and all that? And you know.
Yeah.
Yes, Sisi.
Talk about discrimination. Just what I said, that I feel all the people stay around still the same. But I saw the social media. There are actually a lot of different voices.
Yeah.
For example, some message from the Grab driver showed that all Chinese have virus. Yeah. That is very beginning. Then later I saw some social media posts that Chinese was forbidden to take jeepney, PUE, and also forbidden to go, reject to go to some Chinese, to some restaurant. And also not so obviously, but when I work in the supermarket, there may be someone suddenly cover his mouth and nose. That is what can I say is just a speculation. Maybe they think they do this because of me, but I just hope that they just at that moment. Okay.
All right. What about you, Ernest?
Well, for me, I can understand the Filipino feeling. They are afraid of the virus. For me, as a Chinese, if I'm staying in China, I also feel afraid of my health. But what I can see that first, here in the Philippines, as I know from DOH, is the condition is still under control. So all the people under investigation is still quarantined, and only third confirmed cases here in the Philippines. And also in China, I think the Chinese government already have the block policies for Wuhan province, which now occupies the 90% of the confirmed cases of the whole China. And of course, because the travel ban, I think there's no Chinese tourists will come to the Philippines. So I think, for my personal feelings, that the virus will not be spread here in the Philippines. So for my suggestion, that Filipino friends don't be so afraid or overaction like Sisi side to our Chinese. And second, as I know, all the Chinese here, as my friends, we do the things to protect ourselves. For example, we wear face masks when we outside. We wash our hands. So that means we protect ourselves and also to pretend to spread this virus to the
protect ourselves and protect the others. No?
So
basically the issue is about personal hygiene. No?
And some of the friends from my Chinese friends, if they are coming from Wuhan, no matter when they came to Philippines, they will choose stay in the condo at least 14 days to avoid to check. I think for self is for self. Yes, yes. So as I know, all the Chinese themselves, they do their ways to prevent the spread of the virus. So I really hope some people on the social media they trust us and do not. And if they want to do more information, and the second way, because now the Wuhan is blocked, and I think the authority resource about this virus is from the Chinese government, because it's also to pretend the other foreign media, if they go to Wuhan, maybe it's easily or it's so terrible or dangerous for them. But the Chinese government have the news briefing every day to release what's an updated data. And what's new is the mga hakbang ng Chinese government. So I think if you want to know some authority information, you can visit our website.
What is important now is that we use social media to inform the people adequately, no, the right way, no, not to spread the virus of chismis or fake news on social media.
Because the social media, so people cannot get the whole resources. They just know part of the truth, or they just hearing some news and they believe it. But this news may be not true.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for that. This is just the first part of our episode on this issue, coronavirus po, mga kababayan. But so we're actually about to end the first part, and we're going to continue our discussion next week, no, for during our second part. But before we end, kanina off the air, nabanggit po nila Dana at ni Doc Jubert na yung wala palang ano ito, sa World Health Organization, walang advice na ban. So could you from immigration?
Well, it's always a sovereign decision yung travel bans natin. So there are lots of countries that have been implementing travel bans already. Actually, we're one of the first few ones who implemented this travel ban because of the proximity of China of our country. And this decision came from as recommended, of course, by the Department of Health, and of course backed up by studies that they secured also from the WHO. So I don't believe that huli po ang gobyerno sa pag-issue.
In fact, nauna pa nga.
Yes,
no?
yes.
Even we did not wait for an advisory from anywhere. No?
Yes, and we act on what the evidence what kind of evidence is being presented.
Do you think may adverse effect naman yung kung maga pa lang paano kung nag-ban tayo and then anong magiging adverse effect naman sa atin?
It could be too premature kung tayo po ay nag-implement ng travel ban and without scientific studies. But this one, we believe we trust the wisdom of the president here as guided by the Department of Health and to have used the scientific studies on the recommendation for the travel ban.
All right. Okay, so we reached the end of part 1. When we come back for part 2, isunod ko yung mo dito, Doc, about this yung travel ban na ito. Ngayon ko lang naintindihan, mga kababayan, no? Wala pala talagang advisory, no? And in fact, tayo yung mga unang bansa na nag-impose ng travel ban. So, babalikan po natin yan. So, there you have it, folks, straight from the shoulder and right on the money. Thank you, Ms. Dana Sandoval, Ms. Sisi Wang, Mr. Wang Wayu, Ernest, and Dr. Jubert Benedicto for being here on the show. Meron pa tayong part 2, so no one's leaving. Don't forget to tune in next week for part 2 of this interesting discussion on the novel coronavirus. For your comments, suggestions, and questions, visit our Facebook page and the PNA website. You may be for or against. You may agree or disagree. In the end, we're all Filipinos working towards the same goals. Will you choose what's right, or will you stay on your side of the truth? Once again, this is Philippine News Agency Supervising Undersecretary Joel Sy Egco. Thank you, and see you on the next episode of Pros and Cons.